Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and all non-binary friends, and welcome to this, another brand new day. Yeah, the nose itches. How about that? It is a brand new day, filled with hope and promise, threats and terror. Yesterday when I went out walkies, it was nice-ish weather, and it is nice-ish weather now. When I went out earlier, the air was crisp, but I couldn't really tell if it was clear or not. It appears to be clear-ish. You know, it might be not. We'll have to find out and see. It was actually mostly a nice day yesterday, just kind of, as I said, a little bit crisp, but that's okay, a good thing. Past that, just a day. It was the weekend, and so today's Monday, and on the weekends there's not as much to do, not as much you can do, so a lot of pressures are off and things are just there, and so there was just a lot of existing. I was able to stay awake, and that's a good thing. And then I went out walkies as stated, and when I go walkies, I try to make this extra loop in town so that I get a good 3 or 4 miles on my walk. Walking to Walmart like I used to do, sure, it's 6 miles. Yes, it takes 2 hours to walk it, but so frequently my nerves in my back and legs would be inflamed and I would just have to go to bed when I got back. That's just too far physically from my body. So, as much as I want to do more, I also at the same time can't do more. So, you gotta do what you can do though. Thumbs up for that. Now, though, for my topics list, I actually do not have a ton on here, but I do want to thank these people right here, most of which there are names that I can't really even attempt to pronounce properly, so thank you all. I have received support, and these people have given me donations through PayPal, and that has, I'm going to be able to eat, and it is a good thing. Thank you all so very, very much. The outpouring of support has been, you know, I'm a small channel, but for my size and with the number of people, thank you so very, very much. It is greatly appreciated. I mean, even one person is awesome. And this was more than one person. Thank you all. Each and every one of you that helps me out, that helps keep a roof over my head, that helps keep food in my belly, that helps keep pain control medication in my body so I can move. It is appreciated so very, very much. On my topics list, I don't have a ton, but there is some. One of the things that's kind of amusing is that I have, since I talked to my meds manager, I have a new prescription for ADHD meds in the works. She has to write the prescription, mail it to the Veterans Administration. The Veterans Administration has to fill it and then mail it to me. So there's a chain of events that has to occur before it can arrive. Now, my appointment was last Monday, so today makes a full week. But 2 of those days, of course, were weekends, so that's 5 business days it's been. Probably going to be a while more before the new stuff shows up. Hopefully not too much longer, because of my old prescription, it runs out tomorrow. So I'm going to be able to have a little bit of ADHD meds in me until the end of tomorrow, and then it's gone. So hopefully it'll show soon. I can't do a ton with the low dosage that I'm on. One of the big things that it happens though is it slows time down. I am so used to it just zooming by that even the small amount that I'm on, I can't really hyper-focus on anything. I can't really concentrate on anything yet. But one thing it does is it slows time down. Like yesterday, I did my vlog. I recorded a video for the afternoon, edited, rendered, and then it was before noon and it was all done. And so I uploaded stuff, and then towards 4 o'clock I was just thinking, gosh, you know, I could record something for And I was like, wow, I already did all that. So it slowed it down to the point that I was just ready to do so much more. So it's odd. It's a weird feeling, and it's different. It's new. Thumbs up on that. I mean, one of the weird feelings on that is it's only been 5 minutes, and I feel like I've talked about everything. So, yay. So the stuff I'm going to talk about now is going to be pretty weird stuff again, because it's creative story talk largely. Except for this one thing. I'm going to talk about this one, then I'll talk about that, because it's more as the bone-hurting juice world, which, again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if it's new for you, you won't know what the heck I'm talking about with bone-hurting juice, but hopefully I'll be able to explain all that in just a minute. Because I watched James Stephanie Sterling and the Jimquisition, and one of the things that they were talking about this morning was streaming, and what it's like for people when they stream, and it solidified for me the type of streaming that I want to do. He was talking about there are a lot of people, hardcore gamers, that if you are going to be playing a game on Twitch, they may descend upon you and tell you how you're doing it wrong. Even on games where you wouldn't figure that there's a way to do it wrong, like Stardew Valley, if you get the hardcore gaming crew's attention, they will tell you how you're doing it wrong. And so you've got the pressure of trying to do your game while you've got your chat audience telling you you're doing it wrong. And so that's a bad thing, because this is the crowd too that feels that their experience in a game is diminished, made less, if someone out there plays the same game on easy mode. So, yay. But one of the things that they were talking about was how they don't play games to be good at them on stream. In fact, they feel that a lot of the time people would not enjoy watching puzzle games, because who would want to watch them being stuck on a puzzle for hours? And yet they find that because people are watching them for them, that when they do get stuck, part of the enjoyment that people get out of it while watching is their reaction as they're stuck. And so their experiences when they do all this is to just be chill. That they're not going to be playing games to be good at games. They're just playing games to chill out and have fun with their audience. That is the sort of streaming that when I get the 20 milligrams twice a day of the methylphenidate, the Ritalin, that is the sort of streaming I want to do. Even with being able to focus and concentrate and hopefully be able to do better at games, maybe, my reflexes are only going to be going downhill. I'm getting older. I've severed the nerves on this hand before, and while it's healed, it doesn't work right or feel well. So I'm not good at stuff like that. I just want to be able to play games or just chat or do things and have a chilled time just relaxing with people. And so that's the kind of stream that I'm hoping to be doing here pretty darn soon. So thumbs up on that. That would be a good thing. Might have to restart over and make up a new Twitch account. I don't know. I still haven't checked. I haven't been able to be focused enough to do so. So here's hoping. That would be a good thing. Yeah. Past that, I'm just existing. I keep having thoughts flick into my head and then they vanish again. So I don't really have anything on my list except, of course, a little bit to remind people of the bone-hurting juice world and why I call it that and why I need to give it a name. is a real quick story, is a real quick slice of life type thing, or is a prologue to some such. I like the idea of the main characters. There's Skarbat and Miliander and Ilchenka, and they are in a small town, a small village out on the outskirts of civilization where they are. They've been out there, a job got them out there, and they've been trying to bum up money. And they find in this small magic shop in this small place, there's just this stuff that's called bone hurting juice. And they find out just through talking to the people behind the counter, well, the person behind the counter, the shop salesperson, don't know why I can't come up with the words, that it's bone hurting juice. You drink it, and it just puts you in terrible agony. It makes your bones ache and hurt and burn and feel like they're freezing and being crushed and all this horrible stuff. It's terrible. And they're just wondering, well, why? Is it can you sneak it into a drink? It's like, no, it's got a distinctive taste. Do you just need a few drops? No, you have to drink the full thing. And it's like, well, what do? You're just supposed to drink it. And so, just as a thing, Skarbat, the Elvandri, the nomadic dwarf person, downs a bottle of it and is immediately on the floor, writhing in agony. Just, my bones, ah! And so the Dwarlen, he downs a bottle of it as well. And then he's down on the floor, writhing in agony. And so there's the Kalendrin, Ilchenka, even though she's, of course, dead and just a walking skeleton. The magic that runs their bodies is such that if the stuff like that passes through their jaws, even though it's splashing through the rib cage, it'll still affect them. And so she's on the ground, writhing in agony, as all of their bones are just in terrible pain, and are going to be that way for the next 12 to 16 hours. And so it's a villager walks in past them and over them, talks to the counter person at the end of the whole thing, buys their own bottle of bone-hurting juice, downs it, looks down at them writhing on the floor, and even though her brow is starting to sweat because, her bones hurt, she just looks down at them and is like, tourists, and then walks back out. Because pretty much everyone in this town is not addicted. It doesn't addict them physically or mentally. It's just these people, to prove to themselves and others various things, they drink bone-hurting juice. And so it's become the bone-hurting juice world. And the part of the story with these main characters where I'm not quite sure how to put this into the main story that I'm trying to make is they're trying to get away from the small town because they can't stop drinking bone-hurting juice, and they keep running out, so they keep going back to the village to buy more, and they'll try to leave, and they'll go out for about a week and run out and go back. So they're dealing with that joy. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. And I'm going to thank, I forgot why I had even done that, I'm going to thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just going to thumbs up each one I do. I'm going to read them afterward. Thumbs up each one I do, answer as many as my executive dysfunction will allow. But for right now, I'm just thanking you for having taken the time, expended the calories, and left a comment. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. Just like my lip is itchy. And even though I count in American Sign Language with all my issues, I'm sometimes not I can do anything at all correctly. I'm jumping through this quickly because I am doing a terrible, terrible job of trying to say these things and remember stuff. Alexsander Goodwin, how about that? By S, thumbs up. Confused Owl 29, hopefully you enjoy the song. Kerry Walker, greatly appreciated. Tony Calevra, thumbs up. We have Florian94, thumbs up and thank you. Trent Holmes, greatly appreciated. Tomasu Chiti, thumbs up and thank you. Abu Zetin Kadayif, thumbs up and thank you. Crystal Phillips, greatly appreciated. Elia, thumbs up. Christopher Thomas, greatly appreciated. Bubs, thumbs up and thank you. Ricky Bettini with the daily reminder to live every day to its fullest, thumbs up. We have Gaming Grandpa, good to see you. James TQYLOR, thumbs up and thank you. Nando Rice Charuti, good to see you in the comments. Sebastian Ferris, good to see you. We have Noir Gamer, thumbs up. There's Moki Boy, thumbs up. This screen sucks, thank you. Peeper McBeeper, greatly appreciated. Theodly1, greatly appreciated. And that is it. Thank you, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and it is greatly, greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you. A definite thumbs up. And if you could, check out my various links down below. I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out financially without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money at all, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well, where hopefully I have finally updated it again to include things like Reptisand and hamster food and hamster bedding and cat food. If you could check it out, that'd be very cool. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very, very cool. Definitely a thumbs up indeed. And of course, even though the Duckhead of Scorn wears the powerful and mighty artifact the lobster hat, it still does not wish us any great harm. It uses scorn as a weapon, yes, but it only uses that scorn against those it feels that are disappointing. Do not disappoint the Duckhead of Scorn. You should be okay. Somewhere out there, the Horsehead of Encouragement is attempting to regain its lost throne. Here is hoping we will soon see its return. And of course, Black Lives Matter and Stop Asian Hate. Good golly, Miss Molly. And during these very hard times, try to stay as safe and creative as you possibly can. It is important. So, if you don't have to go out, please don't go out. And if you do, wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, maintain your social distancing, and just, we can get through this. We're almost to the finish line. We can hopefully get it done. So thumbs up on that. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing. I am outnumbered and I will die.